Hello, my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, 40-ish and under $1 range. Most of these are way less than that. Good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And got one that I've heard a little bit about. Haven't seen too many reviews on it yet, but without further ado, let's talk about Viso Victory by Camara. So, funny little story about this thing. When I was found this at Burlington Coat Factory, yeah, they're starting to have these things. At the cashier, and I was like, I bet this thing has an amazing atomizer, right? She wanted to smell it, and I was like, man, yeah, the atomizer is just gonna be awesome on this thing. It's like almost like I'm hyping this thing up like nothing you ever seen. I hope they're not gonna start doing that on all of them. Hopefully, this is just like a weird thing, but I was so let down by that. It's not even average. It doesn't barely squirt out much at all. But aside from the atomizers that we've been spoiled by, how does this thing smell? So I've heard that this is a clone of Invictus Victory, which is an amazing smelling fragrance. And I have to say, as far as the accords go, your vanilla, the amber, the powdery, the warm, spicy, like all of that is like dead on. It's really, 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 really close smelling to that as far as all the accords and stuff. The main difference is like the opening. Invictus Victory has a bit of, it's got like some sparkly lemon up top. And fragrances sell by the opening. So a lot of the designer fragrances, if you've noticed, the main difference between a lot of these knockoffs and the designer is that initial blast, that opening, like your Burberry Bravery Hero, or which is the Burberry Hero, it doesn't have all that freshness. It doesn't have all that citrus up top. This doesn't have it. It's like they replaced some of them with a cardboard. But like this one, it almost borrows more from like the Jean-Paul Gaultier type thing. It's just like straight up creamy, powdery, smooth from the opening to the dry down. And at first, I was underwhelmed by the performance, but I wanted to keep wearing it and like really give you guys an accurate description as best as I can to my ability. And it doesn't perform bad. It's not great by any means, but it's like a 5-hour performing fragrance on me. So I wasn't let down. I was satisfied with that. That's pretty good. And, you know, for hours, 3 or 4 hours, I could keep smelling myself when I'm moving around and just doing stuff. I kept on getting wafts of myself. I just a couple sprays around the neck and I could keep smelling it, which was great. And it's funny because the Drydown, let me get another whiff of this thing here. The Drydown, it almost seemed like some of the spiciness came out a little bit more than in the opening. This is primarily a smooth vanilla tonka bean, a little bit of incense kind of a fragrance. There's a lot of tonka bean and vanilla, amber, lavender. A good touch of lavender in there, giving it a powdery feel. But there's some incense in here too. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it's enough to give it some character, just like Invictus Victory has. So overall, it's pretty accurate. It's a pretty good clone of it. It doesn't perform nearly as good. The quality isn't nearly as good. The quality on this one is hugely synthetic. It's not that great. Some of these have amazing quality for what they are, like this one. The quality on this, I just can't get over how good it is. I mean, it morphs like 3 different times and you pick out all the different things in it. It's just well done. This one's a little bit more mashed together and stuff. It's a real generic version of Invictus Victory, weird bottle, cheap atomizer and stuff like that. But overall, for the price, it's not bad. It's a youthful fragrance. It's a nighttime, cooler weather wear for sure. I don't think this is too much of a daytime fragrance. I think this is more like the date night, the nighttime, chillin', cool weather kind of a fragrance. It's more cozy and warm and seductive than playful so much, if you will, or casual. But you wear it whenever. However, I was wearing it when I was trimming trees. So it's funny because I went to a customer's house and they said something about it. They're like, "You smell good." This was the culprit. So overall rating, I'll give it a, I'll give it a 5.5. I'll give it actually, I'm not in between 5.5 and 6, more like 5 and 5.5. Just because the quality, it smells good. I'll keep it at 5.5. Performance is, average. Projection is just about average, maybe a little bit less, but it smells good. I'm not going to say that it doesn't smell good. It's just really synthetic smelling, but it's not bad. It's a good smelling fragrance overall. I'm not blown away. It's not one that you need to run out and buy. There's a lot of other clones that smell as good or better, but if you're looking for, if you want to scratch the itch of Invictus Victory, then this is going to do that for you. If you don't know Invictus Victory, like, it's one of those like Jean-Paul Gaultier style fragrances. Powdery, vanilla, smooth, creamy, lavender, all that kind of stuff. So decent fragrance, cool weather, more youthful than it is mature, average performance and everything. So yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Otherwise, other than the atomizer completely disappointing me and the you know, being synthetic as it is, but I mean, it's $15. So, but that's my final thoughts on Camara's Viso Victory. With that, oh, by the way, I feel like this thing like reminds me of like a cross between Fragrance World's Le Parfum by Jean Paul Gaultier, like their version of Le Parfum, and like Easter Island. You know, those little skull things and like Easter Island. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. So that's my final thoughts on Viso Victory. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.